Episode 3, Rural Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, Roaring 20th, the biggest mouthful ever, but it's called White Lies because they are in Beverly Hills for Kyle's white party. So on a scale of so much fun as the first two versus yike, where are you at with episode 3?
Yike exponentially. Okay. They brought the cringe on this one so hard. I still am enjoying it. Don't get me wrong.
For sure.
Okay. But the first two were a little cotton candy, happy kind of situation.
Yeah.
And this was tequila with a Tabasco chaser.
Yes,
kind of.
It is. And, Jeff teases me about this too. Hello, everyone. This is But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio. Look, we only made it 1 minute, not 15.
Hey.
I'm Sunday pop culture professor and expert on all things housewives. No self-proclaimed. I'm tried and true expert on all things here.
She is. She's the expert on all things.
All things.
And I'm Emily. I'm just, part of Sunday's little cult.
Yeah,
that's right. She's the cult leader.
Listen last week if you need to know more about that. Really quick to remind, we were previously in Beverly Hills. We started out in OC. Last week we landed in Beverly Hills. The girls were having a really good time in the hotel. Giselle and Vicky have beef. Luann accidentally calls
Vicky is a lot to take. I'm really amazed that anyone is able to participate in a show with her ever, to tell you the truth.
Giselle,
she is so much. I wish I could come up with another word, but there isn't. She's just so much.
And it's not even like she's fun a lot. Because all of these women are a lot.
They're all a lot, but Vicky is very Vicky-centric.
Yes,
and
that's a really good way to put it.
And just brings such a domineering energy to every situation.
Yes. And she's the house mom always. They should be obeying her. They should be doing what she should say, what she says. And Giselle even puts a kind of a finer point. She's like, Vicky doesn't even seem like she wants to be here.
Right.
She's
she doesn't seem like she's having fun.
And she wants to be working. And what are we even doing?
Yeah.
And I don't think it helps that Luann accidentally called her Porky Pig instead of Miss Piggy. So we pick up at Kyle's white party. And I am just saying, it's really interesting. And y'all know I watched all of these women, all of the franchises. It's really interesting to see these women outside of their cast. Because I think we're really getting to see who they are. So Kyle is really conciliatory. She's a good hostess. She wants everybody to have a good time.
She was a great hostess. I did note that.
She's not painted that way in her season. In her season, she is painted as trying to be the boss and trying to be the producer and trying to make everybody do what they want to do.
Wait, but Sunday, which season are you talking about? Because did you know, you may not know this because it has not come up 47 times per episode, but Kyle is the longest running consecutive housewife in the franchise. Were you aware of that?
Well, don't worry. She'll remind us.
If audience, if you were not aware, you will be reminded at least 17 times on this episode. And really, we should have been keeping a tally from day one.
Yeah.
Because
I wrote it down again and I was like,
this is
the
45th time in 3 episodes that she's told us.
Why am I writing it down again?
We get it, Kyle. We get it.
And she gives us a little rundown of the white party. Okay. And it's been many years. We get some flashbacks to her and Mauricio.
The last one.
Oh my God.
The last one that she hosted Sunday.
Was at SoFi Stadium.
Where they play Super Bowls.
Yeah, no, they've got money.
What does that cost?
I couldn't even begin.
If I called up to Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta and said, hi, I'd just like to host an event.
Sure. Like to rent out the whole thing.
I'd just like to rent out the whole thing for just the night for a party.
Yeah.
What do you even think that would cost?
I mean, I don't even have a reference. I don't even have a point of reference.
Same.
Yeah. And then not to mention...
I mean, you could tell me it would be $200,000. You could tell me it would be $2 million. I mean, I have no idea.
I don't even want to take a guess because I don't want to seem like a, bumpkin because I have no idea. But also, much like Taylor Swift getting married at Madison Square Garden, are you inviting enough people to fill up SoFi Stadium? And if not, why SoFi Stadium?
Right.
If you're only inviting 200 people, 300 people, whatever.
Well, because the pictures from that flashback of that last party showed they were just out on the field.
Yes.
And they just created, kind of like they did in Kyle's
her backyard.
Yes. For this one.
So why?
They created like a stage and a dance floor and a, area. And so, they were using like, 30 yards worth of 100 yards of football field. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. So I don't really know. If you don't have enough people,
to me, that's just a flex of like,
I think so. And
I'm just so wealthy that money is meaningless, basically.
And I think, and maybe y'all may know more about it, but I think that we really underestimate how much money Mauricio and his real estate company, the agency,
apparently
they have.
Kyle needs to really get on divorcing his ass because California is a common property state. Like, that's going to be like,
might be why they're not.
She's going to get half of that shit. That's why he doesn't want to.
Yes. Well, I think
if that's where all the money is coming from, is from his real estate. Like, holy shit.
She also has a fairly profitable stake in it. That's like they started it together. She invested in it. Like, I believe that most of their wealth is tied up into this communally owned business, and divorcing, it'd be much more expensive, and they both would lose money. So they're just going to stay married forever so they can continue to have that kind of, like they have offices all over the world. They even had their own Netflix show called The Age.
Kyle and Mauricio?
Not Kyle. She stayed on Bravo and Peacock. Mauricio had a show on Netflix. I think it was called The Agency, I believe.
Oh, I need to
with their daughters. Yes, and it was kind of like a Selling Sunset situation.
Huh. Okay.
I don't think it made it longer than one season or so.
Okay.
But, by the way, Kyle's the longest running executive housewife, and everybody's coming out in their white party outfits. Teresa, ma'am, listen, I know you're from Jersey. I know it. But she has such questionable taste. It looks like a mix of like a quinceañera and then a pride parade marshal of ceremonies, in which it's beads, it's crystals, it's low cut, it's satin, it's tight, it's long, it makes noise. It is... Everything in the world is going on with Teresa. And she is a beautiful woman. Do not get me wrong. But what is she telling her stylist? Listen, make me look as cheap and as Jersey as possible. Go. Money's no object.
I mean,
what is the goal here?
My thoughts are just that she just strikes me as someone who didn't grow up with money. And so she has it now, and so she goes into Saks or whatever designer boutique, or maybe that dress was probably Versace. You know? Like, it was probably some sort of designer.
But it's nobody.
And she
walked in her car to be like, "No, ma'am, stop it."
And she walked in, and like the thing about these like high end designers is that they will make some very wild stuff that's more just art. It's not really meant for like people to be wearing it at cocktail
parties. Like the Sopranos Museum? Like, what the fuck?
Well, no, it's just sort of like an artistic like flex, like they're going to create this whole runway show and this whole like line for the fall season or for whatever, and it's going to be this and this.
Y'all,
and this.
If you haven't watched this episode,
stuff.
Emily is giving this dress a lot of credit. Like, this dress,
I don't know. It's probably not Versace. It's probably like from like Cato. Or
no,
something.
I imagine it was very expensive.
But like, I think that she just thinks the more expensive and the more embellishment, the better.
Yes.
Because she is from Jersey.
We saw her wedding hair.
Right, we did, and that was.
Like, somebody let her walk out of a salon like that. Like, somebody let her say,
girl, not let her. Somebody did that.
Yes.
On purpose.
Yes. I mean, somebody was like, yeah, girl, you look great.
She said, this is what I am going for. And they went for it. So, yeah. But it's not just Teresa. Okay, we're picking on Teresa's outfit.
Right.
There were
some strange ones.
So many questionable outfits at this party.
Who was your favorite? So we see the entire Beverly Hills, almost the entire Beverly Hills group. Erica Jane, Teddy Mellencamp, Camille Pernicious Grammar, Adrienne Maloof, Sutton, Eileen, Beast, how dare you? Crystal Minkoff. We even see Denise Richards. Like, we see the whole bunch. And we also get some Salt Lake wives. We get Bronwyn, Meredith, Whitney.
Ugh.
Yes, Whitney is
I'm
Emily's
not
favorite.
A fan. Whitney from Salt Lake is fucking insufferable.
Yes, and she
I can't stand her.
does not go a long way to beat those allegations either.
No,
she is
she does
not
not.
absorbing any of the external feedback she's getting.
No.
And she is like, no, I'm just going to lean into it, into my healing journey. So, did you have a favorite of all of the white party things? Do things stick out at you and you were like,
Like
yeah,
outfit-wise?
yeah.
No, honestly, no.
Yeah.
Because mostly it was all terrible. And then also because I was just so distracted because we watched this episode on your new fancy
Oh my
TV
God.
that is it's almost like hyper realism looking at these women's faces. And I was
wild.
so distracted by their necks and everything.
The difference in these women's like faces and how the texture of their faces
versus their bodies.
Yes, their necks and their bodies. It is markedly different. And I
think too because we're seeing a screener, so it's not final,
right.
like
and the
sound
color's not corrected,
and color correction and everything. And then on top of that, with your new TV, that please God never put me on that TV. Never ever ever have me on anything that shows up on that TV.
I warned you. I was like, it's going to be a jump scare.
It would hurt my feelings so much if I actually saw that that's what I looked like.
And I wonder
if
these housewives are they just ignoring the fact that people across the country are watching these in high def, 4K, OLED stuff, like. Do they not realize, or maybe that's why they're doing all of this work to themselves so that they can look back. It is. And God love her, but some of Vicky's confessionals, she looks almost
terrifying.
Like a Dolly painting. Like she looks like a surrealist.
Yeah.
Like a clock is melting off the screen. It is very strange.
It was wild. So who was your favorite outfit then?
So Erica Jane, and you probably didn't even notice because it was quite literally a very plain jumpsuit. It was
like strapless
and pants.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
She just went for it. Bronwyn from Salt Lake always comes in a costume. There was the one they were like, I couldn't tell if they said she looked like a Snow White or a Snow Wife. I couldn't hear.
Oh, I thought they said Snowflake.
Okay. All right. So I was here. But it had this like giant shoulders and this big stiff cage.
To me, it looked like a abominable snowman mini dress.
Yes. And then Kyle.
Because there was a lot. It was very voluminous. And
it was.
Coming
she
out
does
from
that
it.
a lot. Like whatever designers that she really likes to.
I'll tell you whose outfit I did not care for. Is Madame C'est Bon, Très Chic, whatever the fuck her song is, Luann.
Emily didn't know that Luann has a storied cabaret career and a list of hits as long as my arm. Ma'am, how dare you not know that the Countess is a singer?
I could not look away. It was like watching an actual car wreck or train wreck or something wild like happening right in front of your face. Okay, so I could not look away from this situation.
All you have to do is do a quick search on Spotify.
I will not be doing that.
Chic C'est La Vie is what Luann performed. She came in on a zip line wearing a harness and a diaper and angel wings.
You're using the word perform very liberally.
So here, let's just listen
to
what
it's gracious.
Let's listen to what it's supposed to sound like.
This is the Countess.
Okay, we heard that.
We have arrived. Jet silhouette, stamping in the sky. Fine premieres.
Yeah. So that's real auto-tuned, and she should have lip-synced to that.
That is what I said too.
Because what it sounded like was somebody's grandma who smokes 17 packs of Winchesters a day.
The Countess has arrived.
Shake.
Saleable. But she also has money.
I had to ask Sunday, I go, wait, does she think she's singing?
Yes. Well, she should have lip synced. But she also has Money Can't Buy You Class, Feelin' Giovanni, and there's one more that I'm forgetting. So, yes, she does have also, Lisa Barlow also has a singing career, and her song is not bad. It's called Baby Gorgeous, and it was looking at me like I've lost my damn mind. It's not so bad.
So when we're talking about the cringe factor here.
You go. Yes.
So Luann comes flying in with these like not even Victoria's Secret's wings. Like she acted like she was a Victoria's Secret. And then I saw the size. I go, ma'am, that is like a toddler's Halloween costume.
But also,
wings. But okay.
She walked around Kyle's house for an hour and a half in her rollers
before she made her entrance.
Yeah.
And then Bravo, after they forced us to watch this entire performance where she danced with some people dressed in green suits that I didn't understand were bushes. Bravo treats us to clips of multiple housewives.
Yeah.
Who I'm going to say thought they were singers?
Yeah. So you guys
thought that they could sing?
There was Ashley from Potomac. There's Tardy for the Party herself, Kim Zolciak, which, yike. There's Melissa Gorga on display. There's Danielle, engaged 19 times, you prostitution whore. She was singing it. Portia. Was that it?
And Lisa sang.
Oh, they did Lisa dirty because she really does have a single. And Baby Gorgeous is not bad. It is a bop. Okay, I'm just telling you, y'all are just in for it right now. But like, it's a bop.
Okay,
Baby Gorgeous is not bad.
This was her singing a Christmas carol.
Listen,
out of key. All right, you realize this is all auto-tune.
See, it's a bop.
I swear
it's
to
better
God.
than Chic Say La Vie.
I swear to God, Sunday, if Apple I should have turned my phone off before we started this podcast.
If
Apple Music starts playing any of this fucking bullshit, I am going to come for you.
Girl,
okay?
It heard the whole episode. You're getting it all. I swear, if Tardy for the Party shows up in your playlist one day, Jesus is alive.
Murder.
I'm just saying.
Murder. I will drive straight to your house. That'll be the end of the podcast. Okay, I'm just going to say that.
But
the cringe was so high with having to watch these clips of all the, and also whatever Andy Cohen makes, triple his salary. Bravo, because he was there for all of these like singing moments too, or like at least half of them, and they kept showing his face where he was like trying to like remain like neutral faced. God bless.
Look, we just got another one. You guys go back and listen to the Housewives Corner too. But Cynthia did a spot on an EDM track that they used for the mid-season trailer of Atlanta. Andy, I think that they must have some kind of contractual
obligation.
Yes, thank you. That if they want to be a singer, they build it into there for the season. They're like, listen, okay, I'll sign my contract, but you have to let me play a song, or you have to like show me, or I have to come on Watch What Happens Live, because they all are on Watch What Happens Live. And just because the sheer cult of Housewives, speaking of, they get really high up on the Apple Music and the Spotify because people are listening to them and downloading them because of just the fandom. And so is it good? Absolutely not. But are they making money? Leanne tours the United States doing a cabaret act, ma'am. That's why she felt so emboldened.
Luann.
Yes. Sorry. That's why she felt so emboldened to climb on a ladder and slide down into Kyle's very expensive white party, because people are paying to see her.
She ziplined into Kyle's party.
People are paying to see her. She's been to Atlanta several times. I have not gone. Maybe I will now.
Oh, no.
Just for support.
No.
I would just really quickly, though.
Don't support this. That's what do you mean support this?
Of course I will.
Support their delusions?
Yes, ma'am. Their delusion is this is why we're doing this, is their delusion. They are.
No, I want to see them on TV. I don't want to see them try to sing. This is terrible.
There is
If I want to listen to off-key delusional singing, I'll record myself in the shower or the car. Okay?
There is a myriad of Housewives products. There are tequilas. There's cookbooks. There's toaster ovens.
No, I get it.
So it's a grift.
Toaster oven.
Yes, it's a grift. You know, and so this is just the latest grift. Somebody in their lives said, "Hey, girl, you sound good," and so now they have a platform, and they're like, "Okay, let's do it."
You mean somebody lied to them?
Yes,
they continued to. Yes.
And so we do see Camille Grammer, speaking of the outfits, and Kyle puts her foot in her mouth talking about, oh my God, those ugly ass one shoulder dresses we were wearing back in the day. And
Camille's like, you mean like what I have on now? But Camille's dress was, now I will say, so Kyle was referring back to where Vicky had those cutouts put on the yacht in the OC, and it was all pictures from these housewives who were on the road trip.
They were mad about those. Every one of those housewives have mentioned those cutouts. They're mad about them.
They had to have been not flattering when you saw them. They weren't great on TV.
But we remember them.
We remember them.
Exactly.
But I'm sure seeing it up close and personal, what you looked like 12 years ago,
compared to your face now.
Yeah, you might be like, oh, okay. But, Kyle's dress from her original season was one of those bandage dresses, the Hervé Leger kind of thing that was very popular for a moment, which is very out of style. That's definitely very dated.
They were all 3 or 4 noses ago and chins ago, and
So I think that's what she meant, was just that it was funny that she had on that bandage dress, and I think that they did. Several of the OC wives all had on one shoulder, because remember that had a very strong moment where the cold shoulder look is what that was called.
Yes,
came strong, but I still see it occasionally.
Yeah,
I mean, and it's fine.
And there was a lot of bridal.
I can appreciate a cold shoulder moment.
And also, too, I really appreciate the women who went like suit mode. I think
I like that
love
better.
a white suit.
Yeah,
I
I
find
love
that
a
to be
white
really,
suit.
really attractive. But
I'm just like confused as to, okay, y'all, this is Beverly Hills. You guys invented spray tanning and body makeup.
Oh my God.
And y'all decided to throw a white party. And
Emily.
Kyle is serving pizza at this white party too. Like she said something, she's like, oh, get some pizza while it's hot. Man, a white party? Like do you hate all of your friends?
I
think you throw a white party where you force everyone to wear all white when you hate everybody.
They have to throw them away. I get so distracted because
one air kiss, one hug, and I mean, it's got to be body makeup everywhere.
Think about what the inside of them look like.
Oh God,
like, there's no way. There's no way. And sitting down on couches.
I know what it looks like after I get a spray tan because hello, redhead, very, very pale over here.
Yeah.
If you ever see me with any color other than paper white,
but you are looking very like color. I know. Are you recently tanned?
Yeah, I put some self tanner on yesterday.
Yes, you look great. It looks great.
Like but if I go get a spray tan or do some self tanner, I know what it looks like.
Oh, for sure.
In light colored clothing, like that day or
like,
the next day.
Or the inside of my bras. Sometimes.
Yeah.
I tell Carla we should just buy orange sheets.
Yeah,
we should just buy orange sheets. But yeah, I'm very distracted. Very distracted by it. So Portia talks about she's bringing the pepper to the white party, to all the salt. We see Eileen.
She kept calling it white party. She goes, I guess I should say all white party. Yeah. She goes, but it is a white party.
Well, she had it right the first time. I think her and Giselle are the only black folks at that entire party right there. We learned too that Luann and Erica have beef. And what I think Luann perceives as beef, Erica maybe didn't. So Luann says that they had dinner. It had to have been many years ago because it was her and her husband, I guess, Tom Girardi.
Right. And that's been a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they had dinner in New York and they got along really great. And I guess Luann was real keen for a friendship. And then when she tried to reach out to Erica after that, she never reciprocated. She kind of ghosted her. And then at BravoCon...
Or was it that she thought Erica would reach out to her?
Well, she said that she reached out to her and she never responded. And so she kind of ghosted me. She even used the phrase ghosted.
Oh, okay.
So then fast forward to BravoCon, I guess, last year or whatever, where Andy says, who do you think is the absolute rudest housewives?
And Luann said...
Erica.
Yeah.
Okay. So then in that beef, I guess they maybe exchanged some social media stuff. So this whole time, Luann is laboring under the idea that Erica really hates her. This whole time, Erica's just like, listen, man, I'm fighting for my life in the courts. They're wanting to take my diamond earrings. My 85-year-old husband is stealing from orphans and widows. Like, I don't got time for your shit.
Yeah, because he was like embezzling and stuff, right?
He was. He was quite literally stealing from burn victims and orphans. He was a personal... Like wherever Aaron Brockovich is, it's not personal injury, but yes. And so he was stealing from their settlements. They were suing these giant corporations who did these terrible things. Wow. And instead of passing on the settlement to the people,
there's a special place waiting for him.
Right. Well, and there is a lot of question mark around whether Erica knew or not what he was doing. She definitely reaped the benefits of his lifestyle, but we'll leave it for that. But anyway, all that was going on. And so meanwhile, Erica's fighting for her life. Luann's like, damn, this bitch ghosted me. So, But then
they did have a little makeup combo, and they both said they were happy that they had the little chat, kind of thing. Because I guess it was like Luann wanted to say hello, and so she had Kyle walk her over to Erica, and it was a very frosty.
She was like, walk over to Erica with me, please. Her voice, yes,
yeah,
her voice is
scary.
Yeah, she needs to get checked for polyps.
If I heard her just talk in the middle of the night, I would be terrified.
I mean, I have a deep voice, right? And since I no longer smoke,
I feel like I have a deeper voice too. But
I don't smoke regularly anymore. But back in if I had continued to, it probably would have been real Countess. Exactly.
Hey guys.
Yeah, that's
like
me.
Luann.
That's how. Yes, I know.
Chic Salvi.
And Portia's the head of the party. Okay. Everybody loves her.
Oh, no, I will say I did actually like Portia's dress. Now, I was a little nervous that her breasts were going to escape.
Yes,
because they were fighting against that dress.
It was tight.
She and Giselle both.
Mm-hmm.
their breasts were straining. Like the fabric was like, please, can we have a little bit of give here?
They probably left a line, like an indentation.
Right, for sure. But Portia's it was like sort of a scoop neck, very fitted, but it was a beaded, like a seed bead kind of pearl and crystal kind of thing. It was pretty. It kind of reminded me of like a Barbie dress or like a pageant dress. You know?
I didn't love her hair. I really want the wet look to go away and stay forever. Yeah. I do not care for that. I find it to be messy. It just doesn't look like put together. And Portia has a false hairline, like a wig and weave line called naked hair, I think. And so, her hair is always really kind of the focus. So I didn't care for it. But Giselle, she got to get to the bottom of this Salt Lake business. And the producer says, why?
I have to say, I'm really appreciating the producers on this season of this because they're just calling them out. Like,
yes,
why?
And then because they're getting to say these things,
and she goes,
"It's my favorite thing to do."
Yeah, she's like, "That's what I do. I just love it."
So you haven't made it. You're watching Salt Lake, but you haven't made it to sucking dick for jazz tickets yet.
No, that was news to me. I didn't know that was a thing. So.
There's accusations.
So that was the rumor.
Lisa owns
about
tequila company,
Barlow,
Vita
Salt
Tequila.
Lake City.
Yeah, and so, excuse me. So now the rumor is that Lisa is like doling out pee for investments and to sit next to people at basketball games. Whatever. It's nasty and it's disgusting and whatever. And so
disgusting is the word. I am so done with anyone making these claims about women that's their way,
right?
That they got ahead in anything,
It's very regressive.
Everybody did it about Kamala when she ran for president. Like everybody's done it about any woman out there. I'm so fucking over it, and particularly to hear another woman, say this. Fuck all the way off.
I will say this about Salt Lake. They have a very high rate of girl-on-girl crime. Like, woman-on-woman crime is maybe the highest on Salt Lake. Atlanta will get in the ditch real quick, but then they will immediately come out to, like, rally around each other. They'll be like, yeah, man, I heard you were sleeping with George, the next-door neighbor. But, hey, you know what? I love your new single. I'm going to come to the party. Like, they are much more supportive. But Salt Lake is high on the lady-on-lady crime. And you can tell because they're not even speaking to each other.
Yeah, there's like definite groups.
So apparently the reunion was only 6 weeks earlier, and you know what a reunion looks like. Everybody's at each other's throats. So I guess they're still kind of...
It's still fresh.
And so they're still mad. But Whitney, your girl, says that Lisa and Meredith are pieces of shit. And she doesn't want to waste her time talking about it. That is bold. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, remember, and Jeff and I talk about this quite a bit. This is your coworker that you are going to have to return to work for.
Right.
And I mean, like, we're literally going to see them probably in a couple of months. Salt Lake comes back on.
And also, it's not just a normal coworker. Like, if I talked about somebody that luckily I don't have to because I actually genuinely love everybody I work with right now. But like, if I talked about someone I work with, I'm not a public figure and I'm not. Like, every word that I say isn't being televised and recorded. Your literal job is that you're on this fucking reality TV show. You have a microphone tucked somewhere in that tiny-ass dress, okay? Like,
getting spray tan all over it.
Do you not realize that, like, when you're talking shit about, as you say, your coworker, like, that's definitely making the cut. Like, that's definitely coming out somewhere. So,
and I think that is the thing that they're doing. So they are getting nastier and they're getting dirtier and they're getting lower so that it does make the cut. So they can just, like, outgross their person. But can you imagine, you've met my colleague and dear friend Courtney. Yeah. Can you imagine me passing her in the hallway after I called her a dumb bitch to somebody 3 days ago? Like, no. Or having to, like, go into my department chair and be like, hey, I have a problem with a student. She was like, hey, yeah, I heard you told me I was a smelly cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, but can we talk about this?
Right.
It's so bizarre that these women are just at each other's throats, which I know is the show. And that is part of the way we want to watch of it. But to see it really play out, like, they're at a party that has nothing to do with their show.
Right.
They aren't even at their job. They're at somebody else's job now and still calling each other pieces of shit. It's wild. It is wild.
I don't know.
So we see Denise Richards. She's really going through it. Her and Aaron. This is after... Hey, this is after she's Luann performed.
And is this before or after someone asks her, so when you married him, did you think it was going to explode like it has?
they're all kind of like checking in with each
What
other
a dumb fucking
about
question.
the impact of this show. There's like, hey man, did you really know that your marriage was going to fall apart?
Yeah.
No.
I did. That is exactly what I was
Yeah.
hoping for. You know,
Mm-mm.
when we exchanged those vows on the beach there in
Yes.
Malibu or whatever it
Erica
looked like
says,
it was.
We
Like,
saw y'all date and get engaged and get married and then divorce. Girl, that's like Vicky saying you should be ashamed, Kyle, that you're divorcing.
ugh.
Wild work all around.
Just the level of I am not clocked into reality
Yeah.
of these women to be, quote, I'm using air quotes here, reality
Yes.
stars.
Well,
their grasp on reality is not even tenuous.
or even even the interpersonal workings of a relationship. Like, so, you know.
Or just even interpersonal skills of how to speak to each other.
Because it was Erica who did that. And so I think maybe getting a quote for the show or making it into the cut is like top of mind. And so like Lisa Barlow telling Mauricio happy anniversary.
Oh God, I know.
What? This is wild work.
Happy anniversary. And then Vicky chimes in, we all cried yesterday. What? No, Vicky.
That is so upsetting. That is so upsetting. All of the, and the camera too, these messy fucking producers and editors, you can see the camera pan to every housewife while Luanna's singing, you know, like.
Oh, their faces.
Yes. And everybody's like, why didn't she lip sync? Emily.
I mean,
why?
this is truly one of those situations where, so like I'll often laugh about like, because sometimes I have to have like Zoom meetings or meetings over the phone and stuff. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, so that's a Zoom meeting that my camera just wasn't working because I knew my face was going to be so loud, you know? Like even if I could keep my mouth shut about something, my facial reactions, you would know. I'm so glad I wasn't at this party because
like
my face would have 100% shown what I thought about that, which was make it stop.
Right.
Please God,
well,
make it stop.
They're riding home. And so not only did they have to live through it the first time, Luann gets somebody to send her the footage in the limo. Yeah. And so she makes them watch it again.
I'm in the limo with all the girls. Send me the video of me.
And Teresa's bopping. She's like, oh,
Teresa is singing along, except
she doesn't know.
God.
Her daughters of her ingredients is Teresa's loving it. Vicky, not so much.
Teresa reminds me of the Friends episode where Joey has to learn how to speak French for a role. And so Phoebe is like, you know, je m'appelle Phoebe. And he goes, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm saying the same thing you're saying. That is Teresa trying to sing this back. Like the producers even try to tell her, c'est bon. And she's like, Siobhan?
Siobhan. Yeah, it's just
Siobhan.
Right? It's Siobhan.
It's Siobhan. And they're like, c'est bon. And she's like, Siobhan? Chic. Siobhan. Chic.
Like, no, that's not what we're doing here.
But I have to say, I actually really like Teresa, I think.
I do too. And, you know, she gets kind of a bad rap because she did go to jail.
But is she on a lot of like beta blockers and antidepressants? Because she seems to be floating through everything.
I mean, maybe. We don't know for sure. She's not like wearing a sign around too.
She's like real la.
So when she went to jail, I think she got like yoga certified and came out real zen namaste on the other side of jail. And so she's been trying to now, will she get activated? Absolutely she will. But she is not as aggressively
as some of the rest of these women. Yeah.
So, but yes, that's a really good point. Jersey is on pause right now. We don't know if we're coming back. We do not know if we're going to see Jersey again. So I would be very interested to sort of like see Teresa now. Also, and the Little Forehead Committee, she has had her hair line moved back.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So there are some confessionals in which there's one that particularly she's wearing a dress that has bird feathers on it. And her
of course she is.
Hairline is so close. It's like touching her eyebrows. Like she has had some kind of like forehead move back situation too. But also
are you currently researching this?
I mean,
are you interested in it?
Not to get my hairline up, touch my eyebrows.
So let's talk about Vicky and Luann's sit down. Have we talked about that yet?
No, we haven't.
Because Vicky is like Luann is, I think, trying to be like, hey man, lighten up, but just a little bit.
Yeah. So Vicky is mad that Luann
Called her out in the limo
is
about her
declining her
working.
financial advice and stop making fun of me for wanting to sell you life insurance. We're at a party, sir. Man, this is a Wendy's.
Right.
Stop trying to sell me life insurance.
Well, I love that so Luann is cringe, but I will say what I do appreciate about her is that she is going to be pretty frank about stuff.
Yeah.
And so she just literally tells Vicky, I am not buying life insurance from you. I would never buy life insurance.
Emily, you might as well slap
Okay.
Vicky's face.
Yeah.
She was so insulted.
Now, that is the
How dare
same.
you.
That is the equivalent to Vicky of being like, I found cat turds in your chicken poppy seed casserole. Okay. Like, that is the same thing that Luann just said to her. But I appreciate Luann just saying, hey, man, stop. I'm not buying life insurance from you.
Stop giving me unsolicited advice. Also, too, stop Teresa for her tax shit. Like, calm the fuck down.
But Sunday, little did we all know, Vicky is in the Hall of Fame. I mean, don't you want to take it all back now that you know that Vicky is in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, it's so funny.
Sunday, what is Vicky in the Hall of Fame for?
The financial services. Look, it was so funny.
They did an actual cut.
Vicky says, I'm in the Hall of Fame.
To show this.
Emily and Luann at the same time.
For what?
Yes, for financial services. And the way that Vicky says it, like we're all supposed to be locked in to the financial industry, that we are like, oh, yeah, we saw that. Cool. Damn it. Nobody gives a shit.
Cool. Yeah.
And Luann didn't even know she fucked up her fictional pigs. She, Vicky's like, you're just digging at me, this whole thing with Porky Pig. And Luann, dead ass, she said, I just repeated back what you said to me. No, you didn't. You fucked it up.
It was Miss Piggy. Miss Piggy, not Porky Pig.
You fucked up your fictional pigs, ma'am. Get it together.
But I'm kind of with Luann, though. I mean, like, in her confessional, she goes, okay, I confused two fictional pigs.
Exactly. I mean, I can get it. Miss Piggy's hurtful. But
I don't think that Luann said it as a way of trying to insult Vicky further. I think she genuinely thought that that's what Vicky said, because that was like a fictional pig character in her head.
But real talk.
She doesn't have small children. She's not watching the Muppets.
But real talk. Which pig would you rather be compared to, though?
Miss Piggy, obviously.
So that's why Vicky is feeling some kind of way that, like, Luann's targeting her. And
obviously, Miss Piggy had, like, the wigs and the costumes and the whatever.
She's very glamorous.
Yeah.
Boa and, like,
right.
She's a little rapey with Kermit the Frog, but you know what? It's a different time.
Yeah, it's true.
It was a different time.
It's true. It was a different time.
But Luann, bottom line, was like, girl, have more fun. We're doing
Yeah, also, this is a 14-day total situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that they are just going place. It's 14 days that they're recording for. Vicky, I think your insurance empire will survive.
Hall of Fame insurance.
Will survive if you just maybe dedicate 1 hour a day 1 hour a day on work. Like, you don't have to spend all day, every day, like,
why?
Right. Or just don't do this road trip thing if your insurance work is so. And also, is that so much more lucrative than, like, you're getting paid probably $20,000 per episode for 14 days.
I mean, if the Hall of Fame has anything to say about it. But I think part of Vicky's, like, whole personality, like who she is as a person, is I'm a hard worker. I'm a CEO. I work. It's responsibility.
I work.
But why say yes to this gig? Because, and I will admit this is a fairly intensive thing to have to agree to. Like, they're in a different city every 2 or 3 days. They have a lot of luggage. Somebody said they have 5 suitcases. This is not just some leisurely thing. Like, this in itself is a dedicated time suck. You got to keep your mind on the game here.
And if anyone out there has some sort of job, like, above board legal stuff, that I could do for 2 weeks, like literally 14 days, and make probably $250,000 plus.
Yeah.
Y'all just call me up.
Bravo. Call
okay.
Emily.
All right. Emily at Pinopod. This is an email I'll respond to. Okay.
Emily will take this email.
Like, what the hell, man? Like, you can't, like, put your, like, insurance shit on the shelf for literally 14 days.
That's literally what Giselle's saying. Is like, you don't even want to be here.
At least 4 of those days are weekend days. Come on, man. So it's 10 business days we're asking you to, like, just step away from the office. Have you never taken a vacation anywhere that you haven't been, whatever? Like, come on.
She's being very, very shitty too in the real season of Housewives of Orange County. She's like coming for Carmela, saying that I can't believe you left your kids to like come up here. Like she's being very she's not having a great run. 2026 Vicky is not having a great run, and I'm wondering, and I think I may have said this in the Housewives Corner, but she's got some like knee problems and like some knee pain. I'm wondering if maybe there's like something about that chronic pain of her leg that is changing her personality a little bit, or is that she can't focus on having a good time because she's in pain, or something is happening because she sucks.
My theory on everything actually is that as I have aged, I will say, I think
we're aging. Shut up.
Well, on paper, I think that as we age, our personality traits kind of like set in deeper and sort of become much stronger than they were even when we were younger. And so I think, because let's think about Vicky from 20 years ago. She's always been pretty domineering.
She's
going to be loud. It's going to be the Vicky show wherever she goes.
Yeah.
But there was a little bit more give and take earlier on. But now we're looking at 20 years later. So she's gone from like, late 40s, mid 40s when she started. Mm-hmm. So she was like, in a premenopausal state.
Yes.
She's in she's
60s.
In and past menopause, basically, but still maybe feeling the effects from, whatever, lack of hormones and whatnot. Plus, she's had how many marriages and engagements that have fallen apart in the last 20 years. Her kids don't really seem to want to hang with her
or interact
a lot,
with each other.
Or interact,
One of them is in bumfuck Oklahoma.
Yeah. So I think that her personality traits that were sort of a little funny 20 years ago have now really blossomed into this very caricature kind of personality where she just can't have fun and let go and relax.
Yeah.
Because she didn't even seem relaxed in the OC, which was her home turf. The event that she planned, the yacht situation and stuff.
Past her, though.
She's not she has no chill,
Yes, there's no chill. And the no chill
She's
of it
not
all,
fun.
That's right.
Road trip should be fun.
That's right. Road trip should be fun, Emily. But also, too, the OC Emily called her a Debbie Downer, and that was the worst thing they ever called her. They're literally calling her a Debbie Downer in the show. But why cast her then? Why bring her back? This is a huge deal about giving her Orange back, making her, reingratiating her to the franchise when she's not fun. She's not a fun watch. She's not a fun hang.
Well, okay, refresh my memory because I have fallen off of the Housewives train in recent years. But so this is her first time back on the OC in a couple of seasons?
So, yes, and I can't remember, y'all come at me, I can't remember why they put her on, quote, pause. Then she came back as a friend of, and where she kind of dips in and out, and this is the first season where she has her official, Orange back main cast member.
Well, I'm kind of wondering if Bravo didn't realize how much her personality had gotten down, and she is iconic as far as being from the first episode of the first franchise ever.
Fandom,
okay.
Sure.
Right. And so, so maybe Bravo didn't realize how gross she had gotten or whatever. I don't know.
I'm not trying to be ageist too, but for a woman like Vicky, she seems like she's sort of aged out of this particular thing. She doesn't want to go out.
Yeah.
She doesn't like all the chattering. She needs to work. She doesn't want to, when they're riding home and Luann's like, hey, do you want to come up and have a drink? She's like, no, everyone should just.
She has to where? She goes, where do you want to have a drink? And Luann's like, in my room. She's like, no, I don't want to do that.
Then she says, everyone should just go home. Just go to your own rooms.
So,
everybody, it's enough. Y'all are exhausting.
Why even ask where Luann wants to have a drink? If she had said in the Polo Lounge, you would have gone? What?
No, she wouldn't have. That's the thing.
Why ask where?
She wouldn't have done either. She wouldn't have done either, I don't think.
I mean, Sunday texts me and our other friend the other day, hey, happy hour? And I'm not where? I'm yeah, when?
Right.
I don't care where. I don't care if you say, if you're my friend and you're somebody I have fun with and you're hey, I want to go to blah, blah, blah restaurant. I'm sure, whatever. I don't even care what the restaurant is. Or if you say, hey, happy hour, my back porch. I'm hey, I'm there. You know, whatever.
We love those.
Yeah, but Vicky being like, oh, where? And then Luann's like, just up in my hotel room. No, no. Damn.
This is literally right
just
after.
Say no without asking if you know you don't want to do anything.
Is telling the story about her and Erica Jane, and Vicky takes a call in the middle. I was like, hello?
Luann is mid-word, and Vicky goes, oh, my phone's ringing. Hi. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Luann's like, well, you didn't have to answer it. She said, well, that would have been very rude.
Yeah.
Ma'am, this is not great. I have not done any Reddit looking around. I have not seen what like the Vicky backlash.
What's the scuttlebutt about her right now?
But I would imagine that she's not having a great season. People are not enjoying her as much as I would.
Yeah, I could see that too. I would be very interested. This is the psychologist in me coming out. I would be very interested. I'll never know this, obviously, but if someone did some sort of like I would be interested in the research on how many of these women have diagnosed personality disorders.
All of them.
Or are on, some sort of spectrum of something or what, because they remind me so much of some of the adolescents that I work with that I have to teach these are social skills of this is how you speak to somebody and whatever. And I'm not mocking that because I have social anxiety too.
Right.
Even though I'm a very social extroverted person,
yes.
I have severe social anxiety, which has led me to do some research into it and try to find ways to help myself cope. And so I've helped, kids and adolescents with that sometimes. But it's very interesting to me to watch this, that some of these women have zero, they're just so out of touch with how to actually have a conversation as a normal person.
There is this, it's not scientific research, but there is a lot of people meditating on how the existence of a camera and the existence of the lens really, really crystallizes a person. So they show up on their first season, they get feedback about this trait or that trait. And so they hone it in, right? So it's like Shannon.
Yeah.
She got feedback about being clumsy and falling down. And so she honed into that. And so
that's become a shtick, I feel like.
And so they're less about, hey, how can I interact?
How can I be my genuine self?
Right.
Yeah.
And what is the caricature or what is the persona that I can get that's going to get the most feedback? And I think that's what they're doing. All of their personas are just bumping into each other. They're not interacting. And I will say this, and people are going to be like, Sunday, get off Atlanta's jock. Atlanta is a little bit different than that. They have a very different vibe. But especially in OC and Beverly Hills, they're just bumping into each other.
Yeah.
I swear, nobody else even has to be in a room, and any one of these women can just perform their show.
Yeah.
And there's also a lot of think pieces and people smarter than me talking about why all these women who are committing crimes or who are in active criminal cases go on reality TV.
Yeah. Don't go stand under a spotlight when you're actively trying to shit in your backyard.
Exactly.
I mean, come on, man.
Is it the delusion? Is it the narcissism?
Do they just think they're so smart that they're never going to?
Yes.
I think it's that they think they're never going to.
Or the hunger for fame or the hunger for the spotlight. McBee Dynasty is one. Jen Shaw on.
That was wild.
I mean, there's a scene where Teresa and her husband, the whole cast go to a vineyard and he walks away. He's mic'd up. Now, remember, they are all mic'd up. They're on a cash trip. And he's talking on his phone, ostensibly to his mistress. And he says, yeah, I'm here with my bitch wife and I can't fucking wait to come home and see you. On the phone, mic'd up. Okay? Something is happening in these folks' brains that are disconnecting that my real and true life is somehow
still exists.
Yeah, that's a really good way.
Yeah,
yes, and then it's not. It's wild.
You're not a character,
but
on a TV show,
thing, right? Doesn't Vicky seem like
she doesn't even seem like a character? She seems like a caricature.
Yes, but now it's kind of starting to crumble. It's too much work to keep up that caricature, and so now she's her role. It's man, I'm tired. I want to go to bed. Don't do this show.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't do this show.
I need her. I mean, this is only episode 3, and we've got 9 of this, I think. I need her to step it up and be a little more woohoo Vicky and less let me sell you an insurance policy Vicky, because she's very downer.
Press hard for 3 copies. She said that quite a bit a few times.
Right.
I was thinking too, as you were cringing, hiding behind your hands and watching through your fingers.
I could not watch several scenes. I couldn't. It was like a horror movie.
I'm wondering if the theme of this episode was cringe.
Yeah.
And because
it had to be.
Well, think of all the flashbacks. All the flashbacks.
Every flashback was cringe.
Yes. The flashbacks of the singing. The flashbacks of Camille and Kelsey Grammer when we know he was actively fucking another flight attendant and he's coming home to like hug them, like all of the things.
I mean, Camille tells the story. She was like, yeah, we like bought an apartment in New York that I thought we were moving to. And like while we were filming, he was moving the flight attendant into that apartment.
Yes. That's hard to watch.
Wow.
We watch all of these flashbacks of the white party where Kyle and Mo are kissing. I love you so much. Thank you so much. When we know that their 30th anniversary was the day before. So maybe the episode was kind of leaning into that. Next week, we're going to be in Atlanta.
Yeah. Okay, before we get to next week.
What do you...
Okay. We have to talk more about what these women are looking like, okay? Because again,
the ages.
Okay, the ages, yeah.
Okay.
So Sunday's like keeps mentioning to me during this. She's like, "Oh my God, Portia's like only 45, you know, or whatever." Good. And like, who did you say was 56?
Erica Jane.
Erica Jane is 56.
Yes.
Okay, here's my thing though. Like, my opinion. And this is just me. This is just my opinion. It's just my opinion. But my opinion on this whole thing is, as particularly watching it on Sunday's extreme high def TV.
Erica Jane is 55.
Okay. Like on this extreme high def TV.
It is.
My thought when I look at these women is that doesn't look like a youthful woman. That looks like a 56-year-old woman who has spent a lot of money on her face.
Say the difference.
Well, I don't like when you're like, she's 56. I'm like, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Her face might not be like, you know, I've got like the horizontal line across my forehead because I stopped doing Botox like, you know, year and a half or 2 years ago, maybe. I've actually even lost track of how long it's been. But, you know, so and I don't love it. But at the same time, and like also like Sunday and I out at dinner the other night, we're talking about like how we've changed our eyeliner and stuff because now I've got a little bit of the crow's feet going on. And you can't really do a winged eyeliner when you have crow's feet because it's going to like smudge, you know?
To, like hit, like slide towards the floor, the winged eyeliner.
But I don't mind that I've got, you know, some smile lines at my corners and stuff. Like I'm also kind of looking at it like, you know, I want to look like my best self. I want to look like I'm healthy and happy because that's what I want to be, is healthy and happy. But at the same time, I'm sort of taking a different look at, I mean, I can remember I got Botox for the first time when I was in my like early 30s because I was concerned. I've always been concerned about this one forehead line. And I was like, oh, I just don't want to look like I'm 30. Well, now I'm sort of like, man, fuck off. You know, like I'm about to be whatever I'm about to be.
Yes.
How old are we going to be this year?
Well,
are we going to say it on air?
Sure, we've done it. I mean, I'll be 48.
Yeah, we're the same age. Yes. Or we're 2 months apart.
Yeah, I'm 48 in September. You're 48 in November.
Right. Okay. So 48 this year. And my thing is like, I just want to look like I'm 48, but like I'm taking good care of myself. You know, these women to me don't look like they're taking good care of themselves. They just look like they're 56 and they've paid a lot of money to have their faces pulled really tight.
Even Kyle, too, because I'm just really preoccupied with how...
Even Kyle, because
she's quit drinking. She works out a lot. So she has a whole lot of...
Well,
it's her hands.
There's more than just the faces. And I think maybe that's part of what's throwing me off is that they're all very concerned about lifting their faces, filling their faces and whatever, but they're not doing anything about their like chest, neck.
I know you want to say décolletage.
Décolleté is what I wanted to say. Arms, hands. And so I'm like, okay, and this is not a judgment at all. I know I don't want it to come off that way. Do whatever makes you feel good about yourself and makes you like, I am always going to be a proponent of when you look in the mirror, you need to be happy with yourself. But it makes me a little bit like sad for these women and for just kind of society in general that like they don't look youthful to me. They look like women of a certain age who are like rich.
Or like they're wearing like a young mask or something.
Yeah. Well, it's not even young, though. It doesn't look young anymore to me.
What they think they want.
None of their faces look youthful to me. Their faces all look like mid to late middle-aged
I'll take
women
exception to Portia, though.
who have
Black women age very differently.
who have filled their wrinkles. That's all they look like to me, is very like pulled and taut, and like they've done a lot of stuff,
And some of them,
I just would like to see a little bit more acceptance, maybe, of like, and this is probably my own thing that I'm like, going through too.
Do
of
you
like
think
just
that's
trying
coming? Do you think that as a culture we are moving
I hope
forward
so.
that? Because I'm just trying to think of examples of what I see on television. Like, I went to the movies the other day and you see Nicole Kidman doing that dumb, heartbreak feels good in a place like this. It's a
Oh yeah.
And she's not really aging very gracefully, right? Like she's really
she's
fighting.
leaning into.
Yes. And so I'm trying to find examples of things we see on TV of women who are aging gracefully or just aging generally. And I cannot call one up to mind. And so it doesn't seem like we are moving in a direction in which we are more accepting of an aging face. Now, I think real people like you and I.
Well, I would say, okay, did you watch The Diplomats with Kerry Russell and Matthew Rhys?
But Carla loves Kerry Russell. I
cannot believe you haven't watched this show. What is wrong with you?
I don't watch The Americans either.
What is wrong with you?
It's a flaw. It's a cultural blind spot.
I honestly
can't
believe this. I cannot believe this. Okay. So
I
would say Kerry Russell is a good example to me, because remember, she was Neutrogena girl back in the day.
Right.
Remember,
Felicity.
like she was Felicity, she was fresh faced, whatever. And now this is kind of part of the character on The Diplomat, where she's sort of she's just very smart and good at her job and kind of just doesn't give a shit what she looks like.
Pretty and smart
kind of thing. Right. Like they're laying into that kind of character there of like, like, look how I don't care about what I wear. Obviously that makes me smart. Kind of like that show is playing into that trope a little bit.
Carla has been trying to get me to watch Diplomats.
It is actually so good though. You should really watch it. It really is good.
I definitely.
But like,
I watch a lot of reality TV, Emily.
I know you do. I know you. But some scripted every now and then is good too. But like, so to me, she's an example of someone who, because even when I see her in some other things or just out and about, like, she doesn't look super heavy Botoxed. She doesn't look super heavy fillers everywhere. She just looks like someone who is, I think she's a few years older than us, but kind of close in age.
In and around, you know who else? It's Claire Danes.
Because I watched Felicity when we were in college, and she was in college.
Yes.
Supposedly in the show. Yeah, Claire Danes, also around our age.
Aging in a way that doesn't feel so
like
pregnant.
You look at her and you're kind of like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, she looks like a almost 50-year-old woman kind of thing.
I like these examples.
So like there are some, and still very beautiful women. I think that's the thing that we need to like remember, is that that's kind of part of what makes us all beautiful, is that our faces tell the stories of our lives, and like, so let me see a little bit of the story. Vicky, when I get, like you said, like it was like a Dali kind of like a Salvador Dali almost.
It was
painting. It was almost like The Scream, or like what's the one where the face melts?
The texture of her skin
whatever kind of thing.
Like super weird.
Like in some of her things, her face just looks so stretched out and disproportionate that it's distracting, and it makes me think too, like, wow, what is underneath that you're so like unhappy with, that you have to do this?
Well, we know it was like calling her Miss Piggy, right? Like, that's what she's blaming it on too. But like, imagine what she could have looked like if she had never started to work. And also, it's a thing, men are not grappling with the same thing. So Carla and I are watching Ted Lasso. Are you and Tall Man watching Ted Lasso?
Oh my God, yes. My absolute favorite show ever in the creation. I will go down. This is the stake that I will die on, is that Ted Lasso is the greatest TV show of all time.
Agreed. And so Carla has a little bit of a wink for Hannah Waddingham.
Oh God, love her. Oh my God, she is a fucking goddess.
Yes, and she is aging in a way. But, her and Jason...
And not only is she aging, she embraces her curves and her stature, and like, she doesn't just like say like, oh, I'm just like a tall, curvy woman. She openly is like flaunting it, and
Emily
I love
also
it.
wants to fuck Hannah Waddingham. So I got 2 right now. I got 2 in the house. Everybody.
I mean, any day of any week, and I don't even like girls.
That's right.
Okay, like
changing teams.
I would change teams for Hannah Waddingham in a fucking
I love it.
split
Carla's
second.
Carla's at the door listening and be like, yeah, me too, girl.
She's a goddess.
I love it too. But what I was going to say is like her and Jason Sudeikis are in around the same age, and we are not having the same conversations about men of certain age.
Right. We're not talking about how he's aging.
Right.
Yeah.
And we don't like, oh, like his face looks so great. Or, you know, oh, he's really embracing his things, because we find them, like Jason Bateman, we find them to be handsome and a presence without fighting it. And it looks like Mauricio, because Kyle and Mauricio are this beautiful.
Yeah.
He looks great. I wonder.
He's always looked great.
I
mean, I'm not
wonder
gonna lie.
how much work he's doing. Is he getting Botox in his hands and doing these weird frozen treatments and this and this and this because he needs to feel some kind of way?
I would be very disappointed if he was.
I don't think he
like
is.
that would make me feel like, what's wrong with you? Like that to me feels.
Except Kyle probably is.
Yeah, she probably is.
And so it's a very different conversation to be having about these men.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And that's kind of part of my
the
point
bummer.
is that I'm like, you know, I don't love the timeline that we're living in just in general in the world. But like, I don't love this part of the timeline. I mean, there's, as a woman, you know, in my late 40s, like I have lived through.
40 sounds hardcore.
I know, right?
Out of my heart.
I mean, I lived through watching, like, you know, the people in the 80s, you know, which I was, like, very young then. So, like, you know, didn't really participate in most of the 80s trends other than the big bangs and hats. I was very into hats for a while. Thanks, Blossom. Which that may have been early.
I was like, okay, Blossom.
That may have been early 90s,
late
really.
80s only.
But then going through, like, the 90s to late 90s, graduating high school when heroin chic was, like, the thing, which I do not love that we're seeing that circle back around. Like, this is a dangerous trend. But I really don't love that. I mean, I don't think that this is, like, new that women have wanted to, like, remain youthful looking.
Yeah.
But what is new is how accessible these fillers and plastic surgeries and everything.
And
I mean,
science advancement.
You know, you can buy a Groupon for, you know, $7 a unit for Botox. You can from, you know, Joe Schmo down on the corner.
That's
Your
right.
dentist is offering Botox now while you get your teeth whitened, you know,
get
or whatever and
on
stuff.
Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, you can, you know, all these things are so accessible. You can finance any plastic surgery out there now.
You can indeed.
Like through a specific, what is it, care credit, you know,
or Cherry
is available at all doctor's offices for any procedures that you just can't pay for, you know, like kind of thing. Like,
that's a really good point.
What are we doing? What are we like saying that I mean, I know we've always valued youth, but like, it's just feeling very gross to me right now.
The links, though, that we are expecting to go to. And, you know.
And the fact that I think part of why all these women were so offended by those cutouts on that yacht is because that has been however many years since their first season on the franchise. And that's a tough mirror to look in.
That's a really good point. They are sort of seeing their own mortality and their own
It's
aging.
different when my phone flashes back for me or Facebook goes 17 years ago and I'm holding little baby Mitchell like, you know, I just came home from the hospital and my face is all fat and bloated because I just had a baby like an hour ago. Yeah, exactly. Like that's a very different situation of looking at a tiny little picture on my phone or my laptop of like, hey, this is what you looked like 17 years ago. Fuck all the way off. I don't need to know what I looked like 17 years ago. But like that versus
she looks the same, y'all.
Standing face to face with a full on, like full body size cutout.
They felt insulted by that. Like they felt attacked.
Because they've done so much to their faces since then that they look different. That's what I'm saying.
That is a really good point because most of these women are a smidgy older than us too, and so they and the way that we are talking about, we're not doing any more plastic surgery, or we're not doing any more injections, we're not doing any more and
I'm not saying I'm not doing any more anything ever. Okay,
right.
Like I'm that door is open, dependent upon how I feel about things, you know. But like at this moment in time, I'm just stepping away from that to kind of like give myself a. Like, I just feel like I don't want to get caught up in this is what our faces have to look like and kind of lose. Because, you know, I talked about this on one of our other podcasts about how a lot of like plastic surgeons have come out and even psychologists have come out and talked about how people basically develop face blindness about what they're supposed to look like because they've gotten so conditioned to, but there's not supposed to be a wrinkle here. We're not supposed to see my pores, And so people are going in and they're getting, like the upper eyelid surgery lifted, and we're filling everything. We're doing something to pull our jawline like much tighter, We're doing chin implants. We're doing cheek implants to like keep that youthful, full cheeked look.
But really, it makes us look a lot older.
Right.
It does, because you can clock a woman in her 50s.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
that's what I'm saying.
What you're saying.
They are not looking like, oh, they're so young. They're looking like, oh, you're 60 and you had some work done.
And which is a really, really good point. And this is probably like somewhere these housewives' hearts are breaking because we're saying these things about them, because they probably do want to be young and want to hold on to the youth. But the thing about it is, though, who is saying that you have to look young? It's not old folks like us. It's not women our age saying that we have to look young. It is younger people saying, oh, older doesn't look great. And so,
like, oh, I don't want to look old.
Exactly.
Well, listen. And I said that myself. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I got Botox in my 30s.
There's so many benefits to being this age. Like, I can't. I don't think I could trade this age for 23. I wouldn't do it.
God.
See Nolan, everybody's like, oh, your 20s is the best age. No, it's not.
It's not.
20s.
I'm sorry. Any 20 I don't think 20-year-olds are our target
our
audience.
Is not
so probably we're not getting a lot of 20-year-olds listening right now, but I hate to break it to any 20-something-year-olds listening right now. That is probably one of your worst decades
all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. And
probably one of the hardest.
It is. And it's supposed to be like, oh, it's supposed to be the best time of your life. It's not. It's the hardest. When the best time of my life.
Although I've yet to meet an
40s.
Easy decade.
I don't know, my 40s. Don't you feel better now in your 40s? You feel more confident. You feel like you have more possession.
I mean, in some ways, yes, for sure. Like there are definite benefits to age, but then it's
I'm a late
like
life lesbian too, so that also is been
very, very rejuvenating.
It has indeed. It has indeed. It has been very validating to me in many, many ways. So my experience is very dependent on that. But yes.
Yeah. And I mean, I was in a horrific marriage for my entire decade of my 30s. So that obviously...
You're a late in life something.
I'm a late in life something. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And it's not lesbian, unfortunately. I wish it was.
I know, unfortunately, because listen, get a wife.
I know. I need a fucking wife,
you
man.
You need a wife.
I do.
Everybody needs a wife.
I know.
I'm just telling you.
I know.
You need a wife.
But anyway, so yeah, I'm a late in life something. We'll see.
Meanwhile, I'm just trying
TBD.
I'm trying to convert Emily. But yeah, this is really interesting. I am very interested to see how Atlanta's going to go, because the vibe is so different in Atlanta than in Beverly Hills and OC, which is like at the biggest duh.
Yeah. Okay. And so Atlanta is kind of our town because, all right. So
That's
for anybody who's listening who doesn't know where we live, we're about an hour and a half south of Atlanta. We are a medium-sized, I guess, city in Georgia, like on the border of Georgia and Alabama. So when growing up, and then even still, like whenever we needed, to go to like the big city to go shopping or whatever, or like, when we're flying places, usually it's out of the Atlanta airport. We are very familiar, Sunday and I are very familiar with Atlanta restaurants and nightlife and entertainment and
we went
hotels
to
and
women that on this Atlanta show, like not with them, but women like them,
right?
And we work with women.
So, what's your predictions for Atlanta? Where do you think they're going to go or anything?
I don't know. I think that Vicky is going to feel so much more out of her element. She's going to get bitchier and grouchier. I'm
going to be disappointed if there's not some sort of a Claremont Lounge situation.
These women are not going to the guys.
Come on. Everybody goes to the Claremont Lounge.
It's so fun. Y'all, the Claremont Lounge is so fun. I mean, it can hurt your heart in some ways, but they're not taking these women to the
Claremont. You don't think?
No, I think, though, because it's going to be a reunion of a lot of Atlanta, we're going to see some Atlanta beef.
Well, I think we saw Nene, right?
We saw Nene. We saw this woman. She was only on seasons 1 and 2. And her name is escaping me. I thought it was Jen Shaw at first. It's not. She's Asian. She's real short. She's also had quite a bit of work done. So I'm having a hard time calling her name up. But her and Nene get into it. We see Cynthia. So it's going to be that. And then I believe that the Salt Lake City women.
Which is an interesting choice.
Right? I mean, maybe
Atlanta is like 3,000 miles away from Salt Lake City.
and a real different vibe.
And a real different vibe. So it's an interesting choice that they chose.
I'm not sure these women in Salt Lake have seen a Black person ever.
Yeah, there are not like,
Not a lot
and I say this because my parents, live in Salt Lake City.
right.
That's where my dad and stepmom retired to, and I have been out there a lot. And it's a very different like demographic. So yeah, it will be very interesting to see how they even like react to.
So we'll see. I think Vicky's going to be even more bitchier. I cannot wait for Nene. Nene is the
I love Nene.
best and like I say things all the time. Ooh, not a white refrigerator, child. Ooh, let's get your shoes on, get you a home. Not a white refrigerator. Anytime I go in any place,
I love her,
and it has a white refrigerator, I'm like, ooh, not a white refrigerator.
I mean, I will love her for forever.
And if y'all,
I love the Atlanta cast. I mean, I really do. This is gonna be interesting too. Like Kim, dumbass, what's her face?
Yeah,
is gonna be on there, and that was before.
This is all of the stuff that's happening
because this is just this past week that this has come out about her son has been her 15-year-old son, which you would not be able to find my 15-year-old son to arrest him because if I found out he sodomized,
aggravated sodomy and sexual assault, he is not being released on any kind of bail.
Good.
I believe.
Fuck that kid.
I believe there's been a grand jury which found enough evidence to hold him. But also,
this is horrifying.
I watch a show called Next Gen NYC.
Yeah,
Ariana.
Yeah,
Bierman is on there, and
didn't you tell me Kim comes on that show to ask Ariana for money?
And there's been so there's a lot. I think Ariana, I think she supports her. There's been a lot of that, and so she's one of my very favorite because there's two. There's Brielle and Ariana.
That's right. Yeah,
it's one of
and they were like, I mean, they were children on the first season, like smaller children. I can remember clocking what boutiques Kim was going to shop for children's clothing at.
We saw Ariana and Brielle and little KJ. We saw them be born. Because they had a whole separate. I mean, we saw them be born into the world.
Because this son that was just arrested, he is from Kim's marriage to that Falcons player.
Yes.
Right?
Troy.
So he's like he's a half brother of these two girls. Because she had the two girls before she met Croy.
Did she? Because their last name's Bierman too, I thought. But he adopted them.
She had those girls on the first episode and she was not the first season. And she was not with
Big Poppy or Big Daddy or whatever.
Right. I forgot about that, which was like her secret.
Your legs to married men. Close your legs to married men.
Remember, we never saw him on camera.
That's
He was like a very secret relationship.
Yeah. And Nene said, close your legs to married men.
I mean, that's still good advice.
I mean, word.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting.
So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. She's already come out defending him in defense of him, which
of course
probably not the play.
Of course,
whether or not we won't speak to his innocence or his guilt, but of course I probably believe women. But to come out, make a public statement in defense in this kind of crime. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's the play.
I mean, yeah. I mean, as a mom, I don't know what I would do in that situation. I just know, I don't see myself ever being in that situation because...
fingers crossed.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure I'm making a public statement in support of my son who's accused of aggravated sodomy at all.
Yeah, I mean, but I think, what I'm saying is like, I think you and I have put more into our children. I don't want to say more, but like, I think we've put enough into our children that they would not... I hope hopefully go down that path.
I definitely don't want to make any accusations before we know, but it's
horrifying.
Not looking great for this kid.
No, it's not. It's terrible.
So, but find us on that note. Find us on all the socials at Take a Pinot Pod. Bravo if you were looking for your next recruit, Emily at PinotPod.com. She'll be taking money to travel around the world.
Only for 14 days though.
For 14 days.
Well, I don't know. Let's talk. I could go for it.
So
also Bravo, I have a really good idea for another reality TV show. So call me.
Okay. Don't say I don't hear something myself.
Not.
But
it's a good one.
We're covering double lives of suburban wives, and it's weird, and I don't know how I feel about it. But I think Nolan and I are going to start watching. It's called Team Moms, and it is a Team. Okay. It's about baseball parents.
Shit, that was my idea. Okay. That's a thing?
Yeah. Kim Kardashian. Me and Nolan are so
Oh, fuck her.
You're gonna have to watch and like dip in a little bit. But yes,
that was actually my idea. Well, it wasn't my idea. It was my friend Julianne's idea. I'm not gonna like steal it. She said this to me a couple weeks ago when we were discussing, and she was like, "I think we need a reality show about like little league moms and families, like because I mean,
you thought of it. Why didn't we get this in the?
I know. I can't believe this is a real thing already.
But Nolan and I are gonna cover it. Always Vanderpump. What else are we doing? We're doing this. Oh, and I do a Housewives Corner, so you guys go listen to that. Because
when's Top Chef coming back?
Probably not until the summer. Next summer. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It takes a year or so. Top Chef is very highbrow, so they don't be churning them like the rest of them.
I know.
But thank you for joining us today. This is fun. Today was not our favorite, but we're staying in. We're staying in.
We're in it.
Yeah.